What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It is currently pouring rain just outside that window right there, and I can't do what I was planning on doing, which is doing some catfish fishing tonight. And so I needed a quick little video for you guys. So I'm going to make a video on chatterbait trailers, which is kind of something that was going through my mind, just kind of thinking about stuff like that. So I figured I would show you kind of what I use and how I use it. So first off, if you don't know what a chatterbait is, it is the absolute best freaking search bait for bass, pike, anything like that. Real simple. It just has its bladed jig basically, and you are intended to fish it with a trailer because it gives a little bit more action and volume, but also so when it's being pulled through the water, a bass will come up, and the way bass eat things is they actually just open their mouth, and like look at how my hand opens, it actually forms suction, pulls it in. When you just have all this skirt, nothing really is there to pull. So it also helps to have a little bit of a trailer. Now there's a couple options. The thing that a lot of people use when they start out with a chatterbait is something like this. Just a very basic boot tail swim bait right there. Now this works just fine. Don't get me wrong. I have used these. The main issue that you come with using these is you're adding this big giant extra tail, which can be good if you want more action, but it also, the main issue is it makes the bait ride up. That's the thing I found, is the bait then rides up higher because you have this big tail flopping. So that is kind of the major issue with that, but it works good. And if you're looking for something to ride high up there and cause a bunch of disturbance, a boot tail swim bait's a good thing. They're also pretty cheap. So that's our first option. Now getting a little bit more fancy, we're looking into things that are specifically made for chatterbaits, and that would be the Gary Yamamoto Zako right there. All it is a segmented, jointed swim bait right there. And it's a very minimal tail, you can see that. And the reason is you don't need a bunch of movement and stuff because you have this big blade on a chatterbait that's rattling around. It's giving you all the action. All this literally does is just floats, and the tail kicks just a little bit to give you that little bit of action to kind of give the fish a trigger. Basically, you just thread it on. You just thread it on like that, and it's minimal, and it makes it easier to reel too. And this also helps the bait ride at a more natural depth. So if you're trying to get this bait down to the fish, will help you a lot with that. They also make a boot tail version, Gary Yamamoto. It looks the same, except it just has a boot tail. I do like these. So they fit the body a little bit better than one of these traditional boot tail swim baits, just because how the body sits. So on that, and then honestly, my favorite currently is this. Made by Z-Man, the Elastex, their Elastex, and it's called the Z Razor. And honestly, it looks fairly similar. It's got the same kind of design as a Gary Yamamoto, but the thing I like about it is this. It's made with that Elastex material, and this is incredibly important if you catch a lot of fish and you're going through a lot of these Z-Mans, because these are not super tough. They get ripped really easily, while this stuff is amazing. This stuff lives forever. And I've caught so many like pike on these, and it doesn't even look like you've used them at all. So that's why I like the Z Razor most, or the Razor Chat. Yeah, Razor Chat, that's what it's called. They also have a lot more, I don't have them, they're on order from Tackle Warehouse right now, but that matches this fire craw color. They make a fire craw one, so that's super nice. The only issue, if you've ever owned any of the Z-Man Elastex plastics, is they melt if you don't leave them in their original packaging and keep them cool, they will melt into this horrible, oily, goopy, sticky, nasty mess. So you cannot just leave them on your chatterbait and throw them into your box, because you will have a disgusting mess. So take that little tip. Do not leave them in their packaging. Leave them in their packaging. Do not leave them in your box. Don't import them to a tackle box like this. They just get destroyed. So make sure you do that for sure. But I think that's where I'm going to end the video. Just a quick video on chatterbait trailers. Is something I've kind of experimented with a little bit recently, or last year and years previous. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. I'm going to get out hopefully the next day or so and do some fishing for you guys. So stay tuned for those videos, and we'll catch you next time.